Hi everyone, it's Clyde at Vibrant Soap, and I know I was going to take a little break from soap making and video making, but I just couldn't stay away, so I have a couple more days that I can make some soap before I go on a trip, and hopefully I'll come back with some photos from that trip too and involve soap, so I'll tell you about that a little bit later. But today's topic is really about foodie soaps and how to color them. Things like oatmeal and the cinnamon bun and chai tea and cake types of fragrances all smell great, but there's two things with them, and one of them is that most of them contain vanillin, which tend to discolor the soap to a brown or yellow, and so it's really hard to get the vibrant colors in them as we would like them. But the other problem is how to introduce color. And one way I've found of doing this in the past is to combine another like fruit scent with it. So if you put blueberries on pancakes, then that sort of gives you permission to add the blue and purples to spice that up a little bit. But today's soap is not adding anything else to it. It's called Caramel Custard. It's a fragrance from Nature's Garden, and it smells incredible. The description sounded really intriguing, so I got it. Well, how do you color something that is basically going to be beige in color or maybe slightly orange? Well, it's very kind of difficult. So I tend to add a gold topping to it, like a gold mica. And I like the gold mica drizzle because it maintains some of its sparkle. So what I'm going to show you right now is what that gold sparkle looks like next to other colors. Because my soap today is going to be basically browns and beiges, and it really works well with that. But gold works well with blues and greens and almost every other color, because if it maintains its metallic property, gold will go with just about anything. So we treat that as a neutral. So you can add gold with just about anything, because it looks nice with anything too, and it spices things up by adding some light to the design. So I'll show you the color tutorial to see more of what I mean by that, and then we'll get on with the soap making. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is get some gold on the paper, and this color tutorial is really about why gold goes so well with everything. I tend to use that a lot as a mica drizzle up on top. And I do that because gold micas lose a lot of their metallic quality when it's mixed in with the soap. So as a mica drizzle, it maintains a lot of its metallic properties. And it's in that metallic property that gold goes with just about everything. And I'll be showing you some photographs of gold up next to some colors, and it just always looks great. So let's get back to this soap for the time being. This is a foodie soap, Caramel Custard, and I'm really always reluctant to add rich colors to that. Not to mention the fact that, let me get some white on my palette, not to mention the fact that most of the foodie types of scents, and I mean ones that smell like bread and cheesecake and chai tea, all those kinds of things, have vanillin in them, so you have to contend with the browning or yellowing of the soap as well. But that's not why I don't use a lot of colors in the foodie soaps. I do that because I think it interferes with the deliciousness of a custard if there's like a blood red in it. So there is that. Or a blue, unless it's blueberry custard, then sometimes I add a little blueberry to the fragrance to give me the excuse of adding a blue to the soap. So what I'm trying to replicate here is a soapy version of caramel. And it's kind of always hard because then the browning or the discoloration with the vanillin always interferes with your original intent. But I'm pretty confident that regardless with a foodie type soap, people I think understand that it's going to be more of the beige type quality, like an oatmeal soap. And similarly, an oatmeal soap, you probably wouldn't want to see any like green in it. That would be very unappetizing. So this is basically what I have right here, the base of what I want, except I do want some contrast. So what I'm going to do is have some brown, not that dark, maybe at the darkest, something like that. So the other need for the gold is to, my company brand is Vibrant, so I want something that's compatible with the browns and yet not clash with its foodie quality, and I think gold really does work there. So I'm not even going to really bother putting some white down, although I'll put it in the batter because the white always sort of dulls down with the color morphing with vanillin anyway. But this is a very pleasing soap, and am I happy with it as an artist? I think I am. It's what we would call a monochromatic color scheme. And I always know that I can always get back to my more bright colors in a different soap. But for a foodie one, I think I'm going to stick with that. Let me show you a couple photographs of gold with different colors, just to show you how well they go together. And at the same time I'm showing you this, notice how sparkly the gold mica is. And there's something in there that makes it very sparkly, which means it's going to pick up some local color, even a little bit. Of course, the most obvious color it's going to pick up is the white because there's ambient light all over. But if you hold it up to color, sometimes you can see it pick up some of the colors around it. But gold is considered a neutral in its metallic state, so it's going to go with just about any color you choose to go with it. Okay, so that's the color tutorial for today, and we'll get on with the making of the soap. Okay, today I'm soaping at 80 degrees. I've got coconut milk, kaolin clay, shea butter already in here. Looks nice and creamy already. I want an extra creamy batter for this because this is a fragrance called Caramel Custard, and can't really do a lot of color with that, but I was curious about the scent because the description sounded so good and it smells awesome. Makes me want dessert. Good for the fall too. And it says it behaves well. And this is my palm-free recipe. Trying to go completely palm-free eventually. As soon as I finish up the rest of my palm oil. Oh my gosh, that smells awesome. And that is emulsified, and it's going to continue to be blended once I add the color. So I have a mixture here of orange and gold, titanium dioxide, and brown. This one is gold and titanium dioxide. And then this one is going to be white. We don't want wild colors for foodie type soaps. So far, there's no acceleration and absolutely no ricing. And I'm going to do an in-the-pot swirl with this, but let me get these all mixed up first. This is my white. This fragrance does brown to a caramel color, so I'm prepared for that. Titanium dioxide in there. I'm not going to tempt fate. knock that whole thing over. So even with the titanium dioxide in there, it's probably still gonna brown slightly. There's my white and my gold. That's a mix of several colors. I'll put that in text on the screen. And I'm going to do my in the pot swirl in this container. Give this a nice stir first. Nice thing about clear containers is you can see if things aren't mixed in well sometimes. Yeah, really well behaved. I want tight swirls for this, so I'm gonna just pour a little bit. Just gonna alternate the colors in here. Just going to use a little bit of white each time because I want white for the top. And I'll save that for the top as well. Save some of that. A little bit more white. Okay. So I'm not even going to stir this at all. I'm just going to pour it in the middle and let it do its thing. The topping on there. Just drizzle that on. This really does smell like a vanilla custard. I also have some colloidal oatmeal in here. And finally, let's get the white up there. I want this to almost cover the top. And then finally, I have a gold drizzle. This is my way of adding a little pizzazz to the foodie type of soaps. Just give this a circular swirl. Just like that. I like how that turned out. So let's bring you back for the cut. I just want to show you what the cured top looks like. This 24 karat gold mica that I use for the top has a nice sheen to it as well as the color. So I really do like that. So let's see how this turned out. There's the end piece. Some nice little ripply swirls in it. These little dots there, that is the colloidal oatmeal. So it gives a nice feel to the soap as you use it. Some drag marks. I don't know if I'll plane that or what. Sort of disguised by the swirl somewhat. And I don't want to waste the soap. So we'll be seeing how much the soaps continue to discolor a little bit with fragrance rich in that great vanilla scent. The browning happens. This has more of the dark color, so there's more contrast in the swirl. I like that. There's the top. And I wanted the color of light custard, and it will darken a little bit more, so it's going to be more of the color of custard, I think. And this is a real easy swirl to do, as you saw. Okay, I think I'll show you one more. They all pretty much look the same, but I do want to thank you for watching again and subscribing. And I thought I was going to just take a longer break. I will have to take another break in September sometime, but I just felt like I wanted to soap, so may as well make a video if I'm going to be making soap, right? So thanks again, and check into my Instagram as well at Vibrant Soap, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye, everybody. Did I mention how good this smells? I don't think I did.